It's so jaunty.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to move down the couch. I just wanted to move down the couch.
Okay, nice.
I feel like this is your show. You should be in the power position.
Ooh, is that what this is?
I don't know. It's kind of the power position.
Okay,
Kelly won't let me put her on the other side when she's here. She gives me specific instructions to only have her on the side that you're on.
Oh, no way. Well, all right. now we know. Okay, fine. I see how it is. So yeah, in case anyone has not noticed, Kelly will not be joining us tonight. Kelly had work, so we'll be sad without her. And I'd also like to make two other quick announcements before I lose my internet entirely. Is that one, my internet might go out on me again. I'm thinking that is because of weather. Like I think
the weather's a little weird out here in Massachusetts today.
And I'm literally I'm looking at the router and modem, and like right now we're okay, but every once in a while one of the lights changes colors.
That's what routers are supposed to. I don't know what those colors mean, but I think they're supposed to.
Yeah, and then it goes away. But also, I want to say a special hi to Tina, who was nice enough to jump into our chat to say that she couldn't join us tonight, but that she wanted to just say hi, which I just thought was the nicest thing.
And all I can say to that is, why don't you just pull us up on your phone at your 10-year reunion and say, "Hey, have you seen this show yet?"
Right, and get us
some people.
Yeah, and that's how we get syndicated.
Oh, big storm coming through Eastern Mass right now.
Oh yeah, there's a big storm coming. Yeah.
Oh well, be safe, Endorphin 1880.
Yeah. I wonder if that's East Massachusetts. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting all sorts of thunderstorms.
Aren't we in East Massachusetts? Isn't that where we are? Is Eastern Massachusetts?
Yeah, it's raining.
We're probably about as east as.
We're pretty almost as east as you can get, except for Provincetown or something like that.
Right, the Cape.
Actually, does that then circle back in on itself? What is that? I don't know. You know what? This is you're just south of Cambridge. Okay. Well, yeah.
Let's look at a Boston map. What do you say? Here we go.
$20 to anyone in our chat who can tell us what the easternmost point of Massachusetts is in 5, 4. You get
$100 if you answer now. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, nobody got it. Oh, Endorphin might say, well, it is the Outer Cape, but like, at what point? I'm just curious as to what point, because the Cape sort of circles back in on itself, right?
Yeah. So here's the like we're here. We're around this area here, right?
Rockport is way easter than us.
Yeah. Okay.
And further, if we go down south, let's take a little jaunt down Route 3. How are we doing there? Oh, wait, there we go. The Cape. Keep going. Yeah. See how Provincetown?
The Capes. Oh, there we go. So Provincetown is further east than Rockport.
It is, but not the easterest.
The easterest would be, I guess, Chatham?
Chatham. Yeah.
Chatham? Orleans is more east. This is what people came to see today, is just you and me talking Massachusetts geography.
Hi, welcome to Mass Geo Talk. I'm your host, Kristina, and with me as always is my good friend Matt.
Yeah.
Massachusetts Matt. We're going to be talking some geography, and I know it's Chatham, but I like
covering for Kelly McFarland. I'm Matthew Fear.
Rather than have the fun that we normally have with Kelly, we're going to make tonight as boring as possible.
So we've asked Matt to come in because no one is more boring than him.
No, that's not what I was going at. I was just getting at the fact that we're talking about geography. Let's talk about
I have a fun story about Chatham. I've been to Chatham once.
Chatham, I barely know him.
Nice. Went to Chatham once on a Groupon ticket.
Nice.
It was like off season, and
they're charging to get into Chatham now.
They are.
What?
Yeah. There's a gate at the door. There's a guy standing there going, $10 cover.
We don't want none of your riffraff around here.
No, we went to this seafood restaurant, and I was like, the captain's platter, I'm behind it. And it was just a massive plate of every seafood imaginable that's deep fried. So it was just a plate of fried with fries. So it was like fried and fries and like a little ramekin of coleslaw.
There's your vegetables.
But it was like that. You know, it was like one of those little cups that they put meds in like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
So
you know?
You just veggies like that.
And then they check under my tongue to make sure I've eaten it. A thimble of coleslaw.
You got like a little bit of carrot stuck under there, like I'm saving up for later.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna put it under my pillow. I've been collecting shreds of carrot.
That's awesome.
Coleslaw and orange juice are the two things that always come in the most tiny little containers at restaurants.
Well, that's because orange is the most expensive color in nature.
It is.
It's golden, so it's like that's why.
Is it golden or is it orange? Golden and orange are not the same thing.
They're not, but it's like a golden orange sort of thing, so you got to be careful.
Like it's golden brown. Like I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, this steak or this potato is a delightful golden orange."
That's true. No. But I mean, you would fry something to like a golden crisp.
A golden crisp. Well, crisp isn't a color at all. It's just a texture. Oh, did you freeze? She froze. All right. Well, this is what we're doing. This is smart. And this is a pretty, if you think of like facial features or facial reactions of Smarz, this is the one I'm used to getting all the time. The one that's like, seriously, Matt, seriously. So feel free. Yeah, that. So there is that. That's Frozen. So she'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be bringing her back in here in just a second. But before that, how's it going out in the chat? I don't know. There she went. All right. Now it's just me. And this is why, this is live shows. So this is what we do. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring our guest on because he's sitting back there and I need somebody to talk to. So this is a gentleman that I have done improv with a few times. Have done some online improv at the beginning of the pandemic, but other than that, really haven't seen him in a while. He's a very successful realtor, and he's going to explain to me what it's like to buy a house because I'm 45 years old and have no idea. I have rented my entire life. My parents built their house. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on. So we're going to bring on Benton. Benton, hello.
Hey, just breaking
just
a
reading
mental
a book?
sweat. A field guide to American houses.
That's a prop. That's not a real.
That's been sitting on my desk for a long time, and I just had a reason to pull it up.
I'm glad that we could, after never having opened that book, I'm glad we gave you the bit to open it.
Well, my girlfriend gave me that, and I haven't really had a need for it, unfortunately, because it's got like Gothic, romantic style, all these houses that aren't really that like necessary to memorize in this crazy market that we're in. And also,
speaking of crazy market, here's Smarz. Oh, nope, never mind.
I was just going to say what fell out of that book was actually an autograph from basically Walter Peck from Ghostbusters.
Hold on. Hold that up to the camera. Let's see that. Oh, that's the guy. Oh, yeah. He was also in Die Hard.
Yeah. It fell out of the book because I keep it in there to like keep it from bending.
Yeah.
My brother got me his autograph for my birthday because it was affordable and I love Die Hard.
It was definitely within the brother price range of gift. Have you done Cameo yet? Have you bought anybody a Cameo?
I have. What did I? Oh, I bought him a message from that guy from the Kids in the Hall with the crazy black hair. He actually went to Improv Boston to teach a class.
Oh yeah. Of course, I can't think of his name. Kevin McDonald.
I think that was who. Yeah,
that's who. Kevin McDonald.
The Kevin McDonald. He was remarkably cheap. Yeah, it's Kevin McDonald. He was like $35.
Well, I mean, this guy. I mean, that guy looks like he'd make a video for you for $35.
My brother is a doctor, so he kept saying, "Dr. Benton, I'm feeling sick," and I was like, "Kevin McDonald." He was in traffic when he was doing it too. So.
I love that someone has given us an app that can allow celebrities to make even more money on top of what they already make in residuals or whatever. But we can give them $30 a pop to say hi to, our brother or our mother or our best friend or whatever. Right.
So anyway, we're going on a tangent here. So you want to buy a house?
No, I actually want to do nothing but look at Cameo now for some reason. Like,
every
once in a while, I'll look and be like, how much do you think this person is?
Yeah, this reality TV star.
Let's do that. I want to save the house talk for when Smarz gets here, because I feel like Smarz and I are in the same boat with not having any sort of idea what it's like to try and buy a house. I'm also
don't feel bad because no one has experience with it. It's almost everyone's first time even considering it. Even some people have never even rented on their own for the first time.
Sorry, I left my phone over there. I want to see if Smarz is trying to text me or anything. So yeah, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying is that it's almost everyone's first time even considering real estate because they don't teach that in schools. Like a bunch of other things like balancing a checkbook. Or even how to make a good omelet.
I'm not good at that either. I can make an omelet. I'm good at making an omelet, but those other things, not so much. So here we go. Let's see. Let's see who the featured people are on Cameo right now. Elliot Gould.
That's the only name I recognize on there. Actually, I think Lil Nas X. He made a video recently.
Oh, you can get if we got 100 people to each give $10, we could get a 1.5-minute video from Lil Nas. Is it Nas or Nas?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy.
Okay, we'll find out. We'll do some research on that.
Did you donate to Union Comedy at all? Because I think it was them that if you donated, you got like a message from Ice-T.
Yeah, they did an Ice-T. They did an Ice-T thing. Speaking of Ghostbusters, Ernie Hudson.
Very affordable.
Right? Very affordable. Mark McGrath, even cheaper. Like I also love that this is like a way to tell what celebrities are popular and what celebrities like really nobody really cares about. Like, is that mean? I feel like that's a little mean.
It's kind of mean, but they're also putting themselves out there and they're getting paid for it. So it's all open season, baby.
Yeah. Dougie Fresh. Look at that. The Cameo Santa.
Oh, I've seen this guy. Yeah.
Oh, this would be what I would love right here. Jim O'Hare, the guy that Gary Terry from Parks and Rec. Let's see who the cheapest are. Let's look at
let's go Bargain Barrel.
Bargain Barrel. We got a little thing here. This show today is brought to you by Cameo.
Yeah.
We'll go from $0 to $30. No, okay, here we go. We got Dougie Doug, actor, Cool Runnings. Alex Sulkin, writer from Family Guy. Todrick Hall,
but he's
YouTuber.
unavailable. He's busy eating a donut somewhere.
Oh, he's temporary unavailable. Yeah. Cameo Santa. So
he looks so creepy. I love Santa, but he looks so creepy.
Yeah, that is. Oh, they don't have.
Oh, that's better.
That's a little better, right?
That's better. I thought he was gonna turn to Krampus or something.
He just.
Yeah, it's like I would pay extra for that.
Right. I mean, who wouldn't? Okay. Let's.
Are there any improvisers on there? That's what I'm curious about.
I mean, I'm sure there are. I mean,
I bet Kathy's on there.
I mean, I'm about a week and a half away from being on this. If anyone would ever, I mean, we kind of have that with our Patreon. If you get onto the 2MB Patreon and
cool.
The upper levels will come to your house and make you dinner. I don't know. That's not a thing yet, but it could be. So this is 1 to 50. Oh, Chris Hansen. You could have somebody walk in your house and have Chris Hansen be like, have a seat. Have a video of him saying, have a seat.
Oh, that is even if he didn't do anything, that is like a nightmare.
It's terrifying. The voice of Pumbaa.
That's pretty cool.
You'll buy a can. Thank you, Amy Claire Parker. I know if anyone out there would buy me a cameo. Thank you. Let's see who else we got here. Oh, Ruben Studdard, the guy from American Idol.
All this does make me realize I don't know a lot of pop culture.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of these people either.
I thought I did, but I'm just like,
right. I'm like, oh, I don't know any of these people.
Oh, I wish I knew that Olympic person. I feel bad about that one.
Which one?
It's like Olympic gold medal winner. Is that Michelle Akers? Oh, it's for charity too. That's kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's that old time running soccer photo. It's kind of hard to tell.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. I love when they do it. That's cool when they do it for charity.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy before. We did a thing for one of the improv troops that I coach. One of the people in the troop was real big into Letterkenny.
Ooh, did they get the guy that puts the S's in all the words?
No, I mean Squirrely Dan would be an amazing guy. My guess is Squirrely Dan is probably super expensive.
He's on Cameo. I forget how much he was though.
Let's see. KHR. Oh, he's only $100.
Yeah.
This guy right here. We got this guy, Dylan Playfair. The one of the hockey guys. Yeah. Shorzy. Yeah.
Oh, legendary.
This is cool. Like, there's a lot of. But the other guy. Oh, that's the dude that played. This right here is the dude that does
God. I don't even recognize the meth kid.
Right? Okay, Smarz is back. We're going to give this a go.
And that's how you buy a house.
And that's how you buy a house. You just have to go to Cameo.
Usually you got to pay for all that.
Wait, I missed it. I missed how to buy a house.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, what's up?
We were trying to decide if you were on Cameo, how much you would go for, depending on looking at other celebrities.
I'm saying two Dogecoins at least.
At least 2 Dogecoins. Oh, we got a kitty.
Yeah, not mine. I went to a neighbor's
profile.
Oh yeah, hold it up, Smarz. Hold it up. Do the remake the profile picture. Here's your chance. Screenshot.
Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot this.
He looks very happy about this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not into this. I remember the first time you did it to me.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
Oh, who is that? What's your kitty's name?
This is Sam. That's Sam. Sammy.
That's Sammy. Sam's a bit of a flirt.
So what did I miss?
I mean, is everything okay? Did you go to a different house? Is this still your place, or did you sneak into someone else's place?
The cat is attacking you.
I'm at a neighbor's house right now. We gotta give stop it.
That's not your cat, is it? You broke into somebody's house. That cat's like, I don't know you.
You are a stranger in my house. Yeah, we gotta give mad props to Jay Wilson for loyally tuning in and saying, like, do you need someplace to go?
So you really are at somebody else's house.
I am, yeah. Yep.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've got to figure this out because it hasn't happened in months now. But like, I was plugged into the modem, reset the I don't know what the deal is. Thank you, Xfinity. But so I missed how to buy a house.
Actually, we waited. We were stalling for you to come back so we could then talk to Benton about it.
Yeah, we had our own show. Well, of none of the original hosts, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You imagine like anybody like tuning in being like, what the hell
is going on?
Yeah, Ben and I are going to do a show where we just for an hour look at Cameo and play Cameo videos that aren't for us.
Well, they're so funny though because they're so wildly priced, and I appreciate you saying, Smarz, you with other celebrities what it would cost, because it's nice to think of myself as a celebrity. People would be like, which also would be a fantastic prank to just like put yourself on Cameo. And like
and see who would get you.
Yeah, or like get you for somebody, and then be like, who is this person, and why are they wishing me a happy birthday? Who is the most expensive right now?
We didn't even look at. We were looking at the bottom barrel.
Yeah, we were looking within our price range. Yeah.
Let's see if I can see here. Let's see.
We'll go. Matt, when I did it, I bought Kevin McDonald, and he was like $35 at the time.
I feel like that's sad.
No, he was terrific though. I think he just did it for the fun of it.
I feel like that's how it started, and then people started taking it seriously, like in terms of celebrities, and it became like a little bit more of a thing. There was some really good ones early on. But there's still some folks that are missing. I can't think of who off the top of my head who I was looking for one day, but I was like, why don't they have a cameo?
So you could get Richard Dreyfuss for $999.
Nope.
Huh. Or for $1 more. For $1 more, you could get Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
They're
Richard Dreyfuss, $999. Marlon Wayans, $1,000. Marlon Wayans went on here and said, you know what? F Richard Dreyfuss.
Seriously.
I think it's the other way around. I think Richard Dreyfuss is like F Marlon Wayans. Oh, yeah. Wait. Jordan Belfort, he's even like undercutting him by $3 more. Yeah.
We got Lil Nas X, though. Like, that's
Lil Nas X, $1,000 for that. Yeah. Sean Pay, I don't know who that is. A Shark Tank guy.
Yeah, Kevin O'Leary, barf.
Yeah, and Jordan Belfort chooses to go for $997. Like, is that their own choice? Like, do people decide how much they're willing to put themselves out there for?
Oh, yeah, they must.
That's fantastic. Oh, those were your recommended.
Oh, yeah, those are my recommended.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
Fantastic. Well,
so that's what we're talking about.
Glad we got to the bottom of that. So, Benton.
Yes.
Benton, maybe you should show the book you were reading before the show.
How to Sell Houses. Oh, a field guide to.
No, he knows how to sell houses. He's really good at it.
Sold.
So for our 3 viewers that are watching today, we know Endorphin, 1880, and Jay Wilson are watching tonight. But so did you talk about?
We have literally not talked about anything. No, I just brought Benton on. I said that we had done some improv together, and he was literally just helping me fill time until you got back.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, Boston Realtor Benton Realtor, is here to join us tonight.
You want me to take him out and have you introduce him?
That's a great idea.
Then I'm going to take you back out, and then we're gonna introduce you. We'll cut all this in post. It's fine. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and that was our segment.
Yeah, that was, oh my God, Matt, thank you. That was very funny. You did a great job with that segment. Thank you. So, tying into that, because we just looked at the world's most haunted house, I feel like it's perfect. And for anybody who missed that was terrifying.
Oh,
I didn't know.
I mean,
yeah,
I wet my pants.
As did I.
I'm sitting in pee pants right now.
That was the pee pants. EVP pants. So coming to us now, the world has just come back online, facing one of the most oddball years that anyone has had. So I know that the real estate market is going cuckoo. And I thought, what better way to help some of our viewers out? Like, some might be looking to sell, some might be looking to buy. Why not bring our good friend Jonathan Benton of Benton Realty? Let's go back and
let's go back. We'll go back. Oh, and that's how you make popovers.
That's amazing. Those look delicious.
They were delicious.
I peed my pants.
Me too. But I did that before the show.
Speaking of peeing pants, let's bring out our first guest, Jonathan Benton. Everybody.
Yay! You'll never need to find a bathroom if you own a house ever again.
See? Look at you.
Unless your house doesn't have a bathroom in it. Have you ever sold a house that didn't have a bathroom?
I haven't. Those might be illegal for most financing. I don't know. I would have to ask about that one. Probably FHA anyway.
Have you come across any houses that don't have bathrooms?
Yes. I have not gone in them because most of my clients want to have a bathroom. So I've just said, hey, it doesn't have one, so let's not worry about it.
Okay.
But what's more common is that you'll find a toilet in a closet somewhere, which is called a quarter bath. Yeah, it exists. And you'll just be, moseying it back, like, how big is this closet? And there's a big old porcelain pony just sitting there. And
is that
sink.
The realtor term for it? Porcelain pony? I love
That's some shop talk right there.
Sweet.
So, Ben, I have a question real quick, if you don't mind.
Hit me.
Which property brother do you think is hotter?
Oh, good question.
Ooh, I don't watch any of those baloney shows because they give people weird ideas about how real estate works.
I was going to say, do shows like that make your job harder?
They kind of do, but I haven't it hasn't been like a stop and blog. It's like, why isn't this like the show? I think people understand that it's like not quite going to happen that way. So, yeah, I mean, Smarz, remember Julia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were on one of those HGTV shows.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And they had to pretend to like they're driving in their car looking around for a house, and they just picked out the house they already had bought, and they pretended to buy it again. And it was really entertaining to watch this episode knowing that they had already bought their house and they're just kind of playing it.
Yeah.
TV's a lie.
It pretty much is. I mean, a lot of it.
Do you watch Selling Sunset?
Oh, I watch none of that. In fact, I'm so stressed out at the end of the day. It's usually an old fashioned and whatever's on Netflix. Sweet Tooth is looking pretty good right now. I just started watching that.
Is it? I haven't started it yet, but it's on my short list of things to watch.
Yeah.
A kid gets born and he's part deer.
Yeah, he's a hybrid. And there's a pandemic going on. Ooh. And is it caused by the animal children, or is it just nature trying to take back what's hers? I don't know yet because I haven't finished it, but I hope answers come.
Talk about animal lovers, am I right?
Ayo.
Where's that cat? So, Benton, I knew you as a wedding photographer and a comedian, and now you are Benton Realtor.
Yep.
Is it realtor? I never know how to say that word.
It was the second one.
Realtor.
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 So you sell houses. And how did
is there a question?
There was going to be, but no, we don't need it anymore. Why? How did you? Why? But
how do you go from that?
How did this come about? Is this something that you wanted to do? Is this something that you had been looking into for some time, or what inspired you?
Yeah, I got a good answer for that. So was it 5 or 6 years ago now? So basically, my dad reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, I want to get my license, a real estate license," and he's like, "I'll pay for yours." And I always wanted to, to buy a place someday. I'm like, well, I should know all the ins and outs of that whole thing. And my grandmother was a really good real estate agent. My grandparents are still alive. They're in their 90s, and they have like a farm, and they're doing great. But she was real business savvy, and I'm like, I always respect their work ethic. And I was like, you know what? If he's paying for it and she did it, I'd love to get involved. Mm-hmm. And then, I just found out that I was actually kind of good at it. And I just started kind of slowly doing it. And then the pandemic hit, and all the weddings that I was photographing got canceled and pushed to about this year. And so I kind of just kept putting myself out there, kept working hard. More people kept hearing about what the good job I was doing, which to me is like, what you should be doing for a good job. But if anyone's met a lot of real estate agents, they're kind of a weird breed of cat.
I will say the only experience I have with real estate agents is Phil Dunphy on Modern Family. Honest to God, like I don't really know any real. I mean, I know Benton.
I'd say it's fairly accurate of what I've seen of Phil Dunphy.
Yeah, Phil Dunphy's the only really. So how close? Like I don't know what is it that you like? What does a real estate agent do? Like in the house buying process, what is the job of the real estate agent?
So it's basically helping someone navigate the whole situation, for one, because it's most people's first time. Advising your clients, negotiating on their behalf, whether you're helping them buy a place or sell it that has more experience with it. And basically being a third neutral party, I find is probably the most important thing, because we actually are closing on a place of our own, and I got to experience this whole thing being the agent and the buyer, and it was really stressful because I was attaching a lot of emotion to it, whereas I'm usually able to kind of like separate and compartmentalize that. And to me, that's actually one of the most important things, is just not being like, I need a house now, and telling the other person that I need it all now, because that ruins like your negotiating position.
Yeah.
Right. But in Massachusetts is more of like a lawyer state. In New Hampshire, you have to learn a lot more about like the laws. We don't practice law, but I understand a lot more about it. Like when Massachusetts agents come up to New Hampshire to do transactions with me, I notice they don't actually know a whole lot, which works to my advantage when I talk to them.
I hope there are no Boston real estate agents watching the show or the replay.
Or
there's a lot of smart ones.
Just go get educated is the bottom line.
Yeah, just figure. Well, they get lazy because they think they don't have to know anything until it comes up. But I kind of like to know a lot of the issues before it comes down to a point where it might be an issue. So I guess the best compliment that I've gotten from numerous people, they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize how easy this process is." I'm like, that means I'm doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Because
where do you are you licensed in both Massachusetts and New Hampshire?
Yeah.
How's that work? Well, because I knew I've been following you on social media, and I know that you've worked in both, because I've seen some of your success, and actually most recently, somewhat of a mutual friend in Medford, which I was all excited because that was my former town. I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize that you were working this far north. So yeah,
I mean,
so how does
this
that
far
work?
south for me.
New Hampshire is north of us.
Yeah, you should check out Rockport. That's almost the east. But then you get to Chatham. Then
there you go.
Chatham.
So,
if you look
Bring
at
that back up.
Yep. And New Hampshire is way down. If you just scroll all the way down. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Down by the Gulf of Mexico, you'll find New Hampshire.
Yeah. And this is Philadelphia, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Yep. Real estate agents have to know north and south, so I'm glad you cleared that up.
So I'm probably not going to be a very good real estate agent, is what you're saying. All right, that's fair.
I think most people would be fine if you're willing to learn. Honestly, I think a lot of it just takes a lot of willing to know and learn things and to care about people. If you don't, then you might do well enough, but no one's going to recommend you.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I mean, God knows, I don't think it's a secret to anyone here that I'm constantly like thinking of careers. I just became a nanny apparently, but
well, that's because you broke into that house to use their internet. So now they're like, well, you're here. You have to take care of our child.
That's how she became the nanny. But no, real estate had been something that I thought about a lot. And even like when I was younger, we had moved to this town of Florida that was starting to grow pretty big. And so there was a lot of talk. My mom was working on some stuff there and people were like flipping land and all that kind of stuff. But it fascinates me. But what fascinates me more is just the process, both in renting, but in buying, of how complicated it can be and how stressful and hard it is as the person looking or selling, for that matter.
There's over 100 things that could possibly go wrong in any transaction. Yeah.
So Benton here, I want to real quick. I want to say, okay, so say Smarz and I are buying a house. All right, let's. I want to see Benton in action here. So Smarz and I are buying a house.
Credit is way better than Matt's.
My credit is awful. Smarz has great, amazing credit. My credit is garbage. Neither one of us have ever bought a house before.
Yeah, and we need
for a small colonial
with 2 bathrooms each.
2 bathrooms each.
Mm-hmm. That's 4 bathrooms.
4 bathrooms. But we also want to pay less than 10 grand.
Ooh.
Okay, but so
but seriously, if Smarz and I were buying a house, like what's the first thing you would
Okay,
ask?
so step number 1 is that I would say you should get pre-approved by a lender, and I have a number that I work with that I know like actually give a shit about their clients.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow.
So actually a lot of the ones that have been helping in Massachusetts, I've been sending them to my guy. His name's Alex Newell. He works for Movement Mortgage.
Shout out to Alex. How you doing?
Hey,
thanks for watching.
Movement Mortgage, all right?
Yeah, mostly because they're one of the top 7 in the nation. But most places like, I can go to Rocket Mortgage or even Bank of America, and someone, I think, when even
place that used to be a Wendy's, I could pull into there, get a loan. It says.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I walked into one of my other neighbor's house and they gave me a loan flat out.
A lot of them don't actually like do a good job checking like your credit, your income, especially if you're like self-employed. There's a lot more to like look into it. So a lot of people are like, yep, I just type in some random information and they tell me what I can afford. Well, that doesn't really mean spit to a seller if you give them a pre-qual. It's called a pre-qualification letter, as opposed to a pre-approval letter. Yeah. They're 2 very important differences, but most people aren't going to know the difference because they're almost interchangeable, definition-wise. If you look up the dictionary. But you want to get pre-approved by an actually, decent lender that's not some giant company that someone like recommends. Like, because some lenders are more just like a broker and they'll just send you off to the lender. Like they still work for Bank of America, even though they don't seem like it.
Oh, okay.
Whereas, at least with my guy, Alex, I know that they're doing a lot of it in-house and that it's all getting done there and that you're talking to maybe 2, maybe 3 people the entire time. Because, and especially if you submit an offer and it's with Rocket Mortgage, they may not accept it because they don't recognize the lender. They know that Rocket Mortgage or Zillow or any of those like big company lenders don't really care until something goes wrong.
Right.
With your transaction. And even if it does, they're like, oh, you just push back the closing. That's not going to affect your life that bad. Well, most people have like scheduled cleaners or a moving van, or they took the time off from work or a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
That's what I've noticed a lot of the time. Even like, I think Redfin sells homes now too, is that they just don't care about the people that are doing it. And I surround myself with people that actually do care because I care. And I'm getting heated. About all this.
But, I think you bring up a really good point. I think in a lot of today's world, and, I know I'm talking about it in other circles too, just like the idea of things have become so corporatized, so capitalistic in a lot of ways that, we've kind of eliminated the need for people in our lives. And that if you do kind of give a spit to take your word, then it means a lot. Like it really goes a long way to be like, oh, you care. Well, that's nice. And I mean, that's worth its weight in gold in some ways, you know.
Mm-hmm. Am I not supposed to swear? I didn't even ask about that.
You said
it's too late now. We're on the air and we have been. So it's too fucking late at this point.
So after that, you get pre-approved. You find out exactly what you could afford. And it's not like saying, "Oh, now
we can afford a lot."
We can afford a lot.
Oh, sure, that's great. And it's also like, you know, you also will get a breakdown of like your closing costs. You probably haven't heard what those are before. Or it's basically like a combination. So every time you buy a property, at least in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, the buyer pays a lot of like fees, like taxes, lender fees, title fees, getting the deed recorded. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there that no one really knows about until they get involved in it.
Yeah.
So that's also why you should have a decent lender, because you can just say, hey, here's a property I'm interested in. After you get pre-approved, just give me a breakdown of like what the monthly payment's going to be on that and how much money we got to bring to the closing table. Because let's say you buy a property for like $500,000, you might have closing costs, including your down payment. That could be like, you know, 30 grand or more, depending on the down payment you're going to put down. So some people get like a funny idea of like, oh, I can just buy a house 0% down and it'll be free. A lot of the time that doesn't work out. I mean, there's
those houses. I want one of those.
I can tell you how you can.
Where would you go get the free houses?
You can tell us how to get a free house?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, you're going to be paying a loan on it, monthly payments. But so if you have good credit and you want to live in a part of, you know, New England that's not very populated, you can get a USDA loan. So it's called a rural development loan. So they want people to live in more rural areas.
Oh. And
it's based mostly around population density, but also, and you can get a 0% down loan for a property like that.
Okay,
which is perfect, Matt. We can start our commune out there. Like,
yeah. So say we had a group of maybe 15 to 20 improvisers,
like-minded individuals,
that want to move into the wilderness of either Maine or Vermont, and start a
theater colony? Let's call it a theater
colony. It's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
It's a lifestyle.
It is a group of life.
Much like improv itself. Much like improv itself, not a cult.
Right. But we would grow our own food and we would put fences around it and we would never leave.
And make deer children.
And make deer children. Burning Man Northeast. That's so Smarz and I are looking to start planning Burning Man Northeast.
But to be fair, we're going to call it Burning Person because we don't like gendered words.
Burning Human. Yeah.
Burning Human.
They have one of those in New England, I believe. It's not Burning Man, but it's one of those like big kind of like festival, like art festivals like that. But it's in like
it's called the Big E.
You make that up.
No, the Big E is the Eastern States Exposition. It's like
like beer and
it's like.
I'm sorry, Big E is a professional wrestler.
The Big E.
So
you are quick with those Google fingers, Matt.
I got a whole other screen right here.
That also sounded dirty. Your Google. But so
Firefly, that's what it is. Thank you, Endorphin 1880.
Oh, I heard that didn't go up. I heard that was like one of those massive. Firefly was one of those massive shams that like.
No, that's Fire Festival.
Oh, that's Fire Island.
Fire Island.
Fire Island.
You know what? So Benton, things that I'm hearing a lot of, and I've had a handful of friends going through this. Like, a lot of people are looking to buy. It seems like right now. Maybe that's just the age range that I'm in and people that I'm associated with, but they keep going and buying. And the common story is that they're like, we offered like 30% more, or like, well, probably not 30%, but like, 10, 15% more than asking price. And we're getting like outbid by people that are paying like 30% more. They're paying in cash, like that sort of thing. What the hell's going on? And like, how does a normal person deal with? Is that just what we're seeing in New England? Do you have a broader scope of like what's going on? Do we need to move out to rural nowhere and start a commune place?
So honestly, if that's what you want to do, you might be better off doing that. No, but I got a pretty good track record of getting an offer accepted. I think like within like 3 or 4 tries, and I've been hearing a lot about like 20 offers and more. It really depends on your situation. But yeah, no, that's pretty common right now, where you'll see a property that's like 400,000 or 500,000, and a buyer comes in that just puts down cash, offers like 100 grand over that list price. So in order to like win that, you basically just have to understand a lot of what's going on, and just I'm trying to like, how do I? So you got to make sure like every little detail on the contract is looking really good. And there's a lot of contingencies on there, things that protect the buyer, but everything that protects the buyer, the seller doesn't want. Right. So the less you're protected, the stronger your offer is. So it's a weird catch-22 on that. So if you don't have inspections, your offer looks stronger, but that puts you in a weird spot if something comes up. I would suggest some buyers, if you can, if you have a friend, or if you want to shell out some bucks to have an inspector go with you during like the showing or the open house, that'll save you some time right there, because the sellers most likely in this market in like at least southern New Hampshire and Massachusetts, you will likely not get a chance to have an inspection on a property.
Wow.
In most cases that I have seen, like there'll be an offer that doesn't have it. And even though I try to like let people be aware of certain known defects about a property, I'm not a home inspector, but I can at least try to give them like an idea of what this could be if I see something that looks a little odd. Like installation, like asbestos installation on pipes. I don't know if it technically is. You got to get it tested by a lab, but I've seen what it looks like a lot of the time where I can say, hey, that could possibly be that. A lot of agents probably won't say anything because they don't want to kill their deal, but I will point out things that could be an issue that I have seen before. But to get an offer accepted, you basically got to be firing on all cylinders. So maybe it's like no inspections. Maybe it's a 5% of the purchase price escrow deposit. That's money they hold on to until you close on it. So
you ever like, I don't know, give them like a ticket to a concert? Be like,
you could do that.
Yeah, like Firefly. Give them some Firefly tickets.
Give them some Firefly tickets. Only one season.
So
I was gonna say, if it was for the show, yes.
So basically, it's not hopeless for your average person. Like there's challenges out there, but even in a very competitive market,
right,
it's not hopeless.
No, it's not hopeless. I mean, it really depends on the geography. Where are you trying to find a place? If you're looking in like Somerville and Cambridge, can be a tall order. If you're looking for a single family house, you're going to get beat out a lot of the time by some whale with just a bunch of cash.
Right.
And that happens probably one out of every 6 times. And I want people like, don't feel bad. You got beat out by Scrooge McDuck here.
Right.
Because they want to come in and flip it and either sell it themselves or rent it, right?
Oh, not always. And it's not always an investor. I've seen people that are just trying to live in it offer like above and beyond. They might consider that as a backup plan. But I'm seeing if you're trying to buy like condos, conversions, stuff like that, that's a little bit of an easier market to get into if you're looking for like a stepping stone or kind of like a place to start. Because one, they hold their value pretty well if they have a decent condo association. They don't like go up as high. Like there isn't as high of a parabola in value over time, but they usually at least hold it so that you can put your money there and get it back when you sell it most of the time. So that's a little more doable. But yeah, no, there's still possibility. That's why I say get pre-approved by a lender first. And then we can kind of see like what we're working with and like things that can improve your offer and like what you are able to do and feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
So that's why I say do that first, and then we'll look at where you are reasonably want to live, and then I can show you like literally what closed recently in the past year in that area, what's active right now, like what they're pretty much been going for. So you will know, you'll be educated, and if you're like it's too hot for me right now, you can at least pull out and be like, hey, that's I don't want to be involved.
How straightforward are you with people if like they're looking in an area and you're like, dude, not gonna happen. This is no way for you.
For 4 toilets, I'd probably say not going to happen for 10 grand. There's a level, but I'll at least
not with that attitude.
Exactly.
What if I gave you 4 tickets to the Big E?
Oh, that's a hot item.
I got advanced tickets right here.
Right there.
Maybe a cameo from Ernie Hudson.
I mean, I can make all those things happen, but the thing is, you got to give me those toilets.
So we did have a question in the chat. If you can offer more than 30% down, does that make you a very attractive buyer or not so much?
Oh,
yeah.
What a good question there.
Honestly, probably 20% down or more puts you in a category. Typically, it's a conventional loan, and that puts you in a more attractive category.
Yeah, I've often wondered that. Like, if you put more down, which is better? Like, that's sort of like paying cash. Well, paying cash is going to win across the board, right? Like
Right, because you don't have to go through an appraisal on the property from like the lender.
Walk in with a suitcase of money.
That's how I like to roll. That's got it with me at all times. That's
the down payment thing.
All the money that I have, but I've got a suitcase of money, but it's mostly newspaper cut up, so it's really,
and it's ones, a lot of ones.
I've got $300 and I carry it with me everywhere.
A lot of Garfield comic strips, yeah. So actually, I can talk about that suitcase full of money. I just had a client actually make a joke about bringing that to closing as like their closing costs, and I got to look it up, but I'm pretty sure they will not allow that because you can't like. They try to make sure you're not laundering money for like the mob.
I've seen Ozark. That's how you do it. Like Ozark teaches you how to.
Dude, I saw the same.
Have you watched that show? Have you watched that show?
I have, and I'm like, that you could probably. I mean, you know what? I won't even talk about it.
You're like Marty Bird's got like he's got some skills.
This has got me thinking. That's like the fine point on your business cards, like. Benton Realtor, I can get you something.
I have seen Ozark.
But that's a common practice that, or at least I haven't seen people do it, but the government thinks it is. So they put in things in place. Yeah. Like if you get gift money from like a friend or family, they will track that. They'll be like, hey, who gave you this? They got to sign a piece of paper. We got to see it in someone's account. Like, where'd this come from? And there's like a limit how much money someone can give you to help you buy a house too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the weirdest thing that you've seen when you're out there?
Oh man, that's so
Have you had a couple that have just sort of stood out to you? Like, I either can't imagine why someone would do this, or like what were they thinking when they put in this closet toilet? Like,
and we would like first and last names.
Well, closet toilets, it's definitely like an old time house thing that no one ever just took out or removed.
Right.
And they thought it was convenient. Probably the weirdest thing was a toilet that was on this. So it's a cape. It's a 2-level cape that has a bedroom on the top floor. And but there's a toilet in the bedroom. And it was hardwood floors. And it was just a toilet sitting there. And they plumbed it for a sink too. So nobody wanted to buy this house. And that's how I got it for a client of mine that didn't have a lot of finances that were too attractive for a seller. And we just got the toilet removed. That's all. We just hey, we made it a subject to the contract. You got to lose the toilet. You got to lose that sink.
That would not deter me in the slightest. I would
just in the middle of the bedroom. Just in the middle of the bedroom.
So you go up the stairs, and it's a toilet to your left, and then the bed's off behind you. But it's like the first thing you see when you go up the stairs is the toilet. No walls, no anything. It's just there. Like you got to like midnight pee, and you just.
That is your throne. That is your throne right there. Like there's no reason.
Oh yeah, people are turned off by the weirdest things too. Like sometimes dirty tubs. They'll be like, "Oh, I couldn't possibly clean this thing," and I'm like,
"Okay." Lie. I have a dirty tub thing. I don't love dirty tubs, like it, because I do like to actually take baths, and you're just thinking of other people's gunk, and it really kind of like that. I feel like that's one area where it really sort of stands out. That like, ooh, somebody else was here.
I would like if you could find me a house that has this setup. Where it's just 2 toilets facing each other, just so me and a friend can, have poop conversations and
competitions.
And competitions. I mean, because we're sitting there, it's like, okay, who's done first?
Clearly, some dude was pooping and peeing at the same time in this bathroom because one seat is up, one seat is down.
He's sitting on one and aiming to get to the.
So that's convenience right there.
Mad price.
You also didn't somebody have a ghost in a house one time?
Oh, did you have a ghost house?
Yes, if that's what you're getting at. So I've had a couple clients believe in the supernatural. Totally fine, whatever. It just gets funny when they use that as like a reason to not buy a house. So if you ask a listing agent directly, they have to tell you everything that they know about it. If you're like, hey, was this house haunted? They'll tell you if they know of any like situations that have occurred, like known facts about it.
Okay.
But I had some clients that thought they like had like the sight and that they could see whether it was haunted or not. And so their son, who was probably like 25, saw a ghost in the basement, he said, and they left. And I was like, so what do you think of this place? And they're like, oh, Chris saw a ghost. So it's not gonna work out. And so I got my brain going. I'm like, what if we got in like a holy man, some incense? Like, what are some solutions here? If we believe in this, then what is also true?
Sure.
Which is your improv training,
exactly
paying off.
Yeah, and but they're just like, nope. They're like,
I will
listen
ask,
to this.
As someone who at one point was your improv teacher / coach, do I get a commission on houses like that? Like, I feel like,
if I can sell a ghost house to someone that believes it's haunted, that's not like really into ghosts. Like, that's not like what they're looking for. Then yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Okay.
Benton, just real quick, I'm really trying with these 4 bathrooms. Do you think one of the bathrooms could have this set up where it's the toilet, like a toilet shower, and then this conch faucet here?
That's not what I thought it was at first.
That's not what I thought it was.
It's a conch.
At best, I thought it was like a mouth from like a Cronenberg film or something.
Yeah.
What in the world?
I would like this where I can sit on the toilet and do flash dance at the same time.
What even happened there? That's like a backwards bidet. Like somebody was not thinking.
Yeah, we've all had a rough day. And
sometimes you just got to sit on the toilet and shower.
You just got to wash the day off of you.
I'm not gonna lie, though. There's something about that just feels kind of like, just get it all out. Like,
get it all out. Take off your pants, strip down,
everything. Just that way you can cry in the toilet, toilet, and in the shower at the same time.
That is a definite crying shower, no doubt. Yeah. That's fantastic.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. We didn't bring you on the show to have you to show you pictures of toilets.
I mean, I did. That is why
it's fun. I'm into it.
I mean, for your questions,
how are we on time? Our boy detectives.
We don't have a boy detective. Smarz, I told you last week.
I know, but I didn't know if you
boy detectives is no longer on the show.
One, I don't listen to things you say, and also, I don't know what programming is like on 2MB these days. But I just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to cut Benton off like super fast, because I wanted
to talk about this for hours. It's up to you guys.
Well, I wanted to make sure that we got your website and stuff up, so
cool.
any potential clients might know where, because I mean, it's lovely.
Well, if anyone has any questions, you don't have to be a client. I can just say, hey, here's an answer to this question that you have, because it's scary out there.
That's great.
Like, thank you. There's no reason most people would know answers to any of these things unless you've lived it. It's one of those jobs that you really don't know until you do it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I'm not going to lie, though. That is one of the things that attracted it to me. Like, as I was getting more and more frustrated with the world of Massachusetts and specifically Boston, like the rental market and stuff like that, knowing that
I've had numerous IB people reach out to me recently about like, do you do rentals? And I really don't, because they're not really worth the time that they need. But if you like want to get up to date listings that aren't through like some weird program like Trulia or Zillow or whatever, I can set you up to at least get accurate information as it gets typed in, and answer some questions and maybe help set it up so you can see a place. But I'm probably not going to drive down and show to someone.
Benton, toss your in the private chat there. Sure. Toss your email or your website or something, and then I'll put it in the public chat there so people can find out how to reach you. And while you do that, here's a shower that's carpeted.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah, I've seen a bathroom that had a shower, had shag carpet in it. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen.
Inside the shower?
No, just throughout the bathroom. I don't know how you didn't get it wet, though.
Look at that. You got like a pizza oven.
You can take a bath and do wood-fired pizza at the same time.
Maybe that heats up the tub, like
that's
the Roman.
Mario and Luigi's bathroom.
Yeah. I bet they got bad plumbing. Like the carpenter's house is always like the roughest one.
Yeah.
Right. On the block, because you just don't want to do when you get home.
I have a question about pies.
Yes.
Do you bake them for all of your clients, or like I've seen
Yes.
you? Do you really?
Yeah, well, I put it out there. I'm saying, hey, I'm doing this Thanksgiving, and I will send out usually an email or a card or something and be like, if anyone wants one, confirm it, and I will do my best to get. If I get too many clients, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll like have someone else do it, but I make them all myself. Nicole sometimes helps. She's very good at making pies.
I love it.
But yeah, I just think it's a nice thing. Once, especially, I think it was like this is before the pandemic, I think.
Okay.
Or was this after? It was after. Yep. Or during. Sorry.
I wasn't sure if that was what you did for closing, or if it was a Thanksgiving. I loved it though. I loved seeing you dropping off pies. I just thought it was so cool, and especially because it was a couple of the people there were people that I'd been sort of following your story with them on whatever social media. Maybe it must have been Facebook, but I was really intrigued by that. I was like, that's really sweet. That's a nice touch.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, I felt like it was during the pandemic too. That's actually why I wanted to really do it, because I was like, if you're willing to accept a pie for me, I was like,
yeah,
you spit in them. You spit in all of them. That's where you get your give a spit motto. Like Benton, I give a spit, and you spit in everybody.
I can't legally go along with that bit.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not going to for moral reasons.
Actually,
That's a waste of a really good pie.
If
you have a question?
I have a question for you guys, because obviously there's only so much time to be on a show and talk about stuff. If I was going to put out like material or like TikToks or Instagram videos about real estate,
100%.
what would you guys want to see? Like what, you know what I mean? Like the process start to finish, or like what is
cameos?
What is interesting?
I'd want to see cameos. So if you could get like LeVar Burton or
Butterflies in the
Sky.
Don Johnson.
Oh, Don Johnson, a little DJ action.
Obama impressionist Reggie Brown. You can get him for $2.99.
If you could get Taylor Swift, I would buy a house.
No, I would say, I don't know, with stuff like that, like digestible bits of information, because I get super overwhelmed super easily with stuff. Like while you were I took in what you were talking, but at the same time, it's like as you were saying it, like all that information, like I started sweating a little bit. Just like I was like, I'm not even buying a house and I'm getting anxious about it. Right? Yeah. So it's like.
Well, I can literally talk about this for hours, because everything has like multiple steps to it.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. But it's very doable. Just hopefully you have someone that knows what they're doing. For like there's tons of people that are getting their real estate license. There's probably only half of them that are actually doing any transactions. And then like maybe 20% of that actually do a decent amount.
Okay.
Because I can look up like who does transactions and how many they've done and their volume and all that stuff. And from what I see though, like of at least half the people that get their license, and this is like thousands of people, most of them don't even use it.
Really?
So even if someone doesn't use me as a real estate agent, I would go with a recommendation more than anything for someone to use, because you don't know who these people are or what their track record is. And they may just like be wearing a suit and be talking all fancy, but they actually really haven't done anything or like lived it. And you really kind of have to live it to know like what's going on a lot of the time.
Yeah. Well, Benton, I will throw out there an offer, having not spoken to my co-host or studio producers about this, but like if you would love to do like little like Benton Realtors like top tip of the day or something like that, I will air them. Yeah, all the time.
I'd also offer you a segment on Hello World, which is my Monday morning talk show.
Hello World, we can let's talk after about all that stuff and see if schedules can align here.
Yeah,
we'll talk offline.
I'd be happy to do something. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a good place to end it for this evening. Since we're already a little over, but do you have any, like, if you could put it really succinctly, any like one message that you would give to folks right now who are looking to buy?
Keep hope. And I would say get pre-approved, even if you're looking a year down the line, because there may be something in your credit history or your past or some ex that you run a car with that you don't know about until they actually look at your history, and that'll give you time to fix it when you actually want to do something.
That's great.
I love that.
That happens all the time. Yep.
I love that. Well, thanks, Benton, so much, and have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. Yeah. Matt, can you run the Buy with Benton on the stream as well? Like, can you put it as a Chiron, like a little his website and.
Oh yeah, I can do all that. Sure, it's in the chat. You can absolutely click on that website in the chat. But yeah, we can totally get a thing going. So real quick, Smarz, while I'm doing that, I mean, we don't have another show, so we're fine. I would like to talk just a moment, about the show you just started watching. Okay,
me too. I mean, I'm at a neighbor's house, so I don't.
Oh, so you probably should go at some point.
Yeah, in the next minute or two.
What time are they having dinner? Can I just get you? Can I keep you there until they have dinner? Or
I mean, I think they had dinner, but I think a young one might be getting ready for bed, that sort of thing. And
okay. Well, we can talk about it next time.
No.
We can talk about it next time. 100%.
I wanted to throw it out there because you're right. I think it's a great show to watch. I also wanted to plug two things really quick. So, although you're putting stuff in.
Oh, it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, because I wanted to do a quick segment that we're not going to really have time for, but I still had asked permission, so I want to make sure to do this. Of just like cool shit friends are doing. Because I know a lot of people are working on a lot of stuff. And I saw good news that two friends, one Cheryl Singleton, had sent me about a really interesting project she's doing. So for anybody that's listening or watching, check out, I'll just say it, revolutionaryspaces.com.
Oh, yeah, Revolutionary Spaces. I get spam from them all the time. I should read that.
They're doing a lot of really interesting stuff. They've got their own talk show sort of history show going. That's really fun. Rob Crean runs it.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Tea Party Online or
something like that. Yeah, I've seen that he does that.
Yeah, but if you go to revolutionaryspaces.com, you can find that out. Cheryl, I'm going to just look it up on my phone so I actually have the information in front of me. Cheryl is doing a piece that is part of
is it revolutionaryspaces.com?
I believe so.
I'll look at. Go ahead. Sorry.
But they're doing a piece called Imagining the Age of Phyllis, which is something that Revolutionary Spaces has done. It's a six-film performance piece of poetry by Honoré Fanon Jeffers, imagining the life and times of poet Phyllis Wheatley Peters. And it's it's .org. Sorry, so revolutionaryspaces.org. Yeah, it's a beautiful.
Well, do you know Phyllis Wheatley? Do you know who Phyllis Wheatley is?
You know, I know who she is, but I don't want to. I'm going to get it wrong. Is the thing. Like I know a little bit about her, but I don't know enough to speak. I mean.
Well, she was a poet back in revolutionary times in colonial Boston. Yeah. And she was also a woman of color in colonial Boston, which meant, unfortunately, she was in fact a slave. But she was a slave that published a book of poetry in Boston, which is very impressive.
It is.
So yeah, I worked a little bit at the Tea Party Museum. So like I would hear talk of Phyllis Wheatley quite a lot.
And that's the thing is, I knew some of the basic because she was a big part in emancipation of slaves as well. So like I knew enough, but I didn't want to speak too out of turn. And then like on a totally different side, so we've got that awesome piece that the films are all free as far as I know online, and then June 15th, they're doing sort of a panel discussion with the director and producer and such. So I thought that was timely and interesting. But also I wanted to give a quick shout out to Maria Ciampa, who had a piece recently published. She's a friend of the show and a comedian, a very funny lady who is a writing phenom. And she just had a piece published onto Old Lady something or other. And I was just going to suggest to check that out because I've seen some of the development of this piece and it was very funny.
Well, you know what you can do, Smarz, is you can find that and throw either send me the link for that, or you can put it up on our Discord, and we can continue on the conversation on the Discord. So if you aren't already on the Discord, let me send you. I'm going to put up a link, and you can.
Matt, I did send it to you, but that's okay. I'm not calling you out.
Oh, did you send? Oh,
That's
Did
okay.
you?
They came separately, but it's littleoldladycomedy.com. And this particular piece was published today. It's 11 affirmations for when you try to get out of your car with your seatbelt on. So it's just nice little affirmations, just reading the first one. I love myself exactly as I am now. A person who routinely forgets to unsnap her seatbelt before getting out of the car with nice hair. And it goes on from there. It's a wonderfully charming and really funny piece. So I would love you all to check that out.
Well, yeah, we'll check that out.
And then we can talk about the bridge if you'd like, because I know that's where you're going, or we can save that for another time.
You know what? Let's save that. Okay. Let's save that, because I feel like that is going to be another whole can of worms. And I want you to watch. You've only seen the first episode.
Well, so we are. Yeah. Matt and I are going to talk about this if there's anybody still watching.
Oh yeah, we got a ton of people watching.
Oh, do we? Fantastic. Oh, that's because they all came in for Boy Detective, and then they realized.
And they realized it's not on.
Crap,
yeah, but that's okay. They're still here. Let's keep them.
The bridge. I've watched one episode. I would invite anybody who would like to watch. Matt told me about this show. It's a reality show on HBO Max, shot in England with James McAvoy's voice. Wonderful. It's kind of a Survivor meets the circle sort of thing. And I agree that these people are sent out into a wilderness, and their job is to build a bridge to get 100,000 pounds from under a tower. And that's the long and skinny of it.
Yeah. And
but
it is
you've
already seen the first episode. I cannot wait for you to see them all start playing the game.
So I'd love to have some friends with me. If anybody else wants to start watching, we can have like a little chat thing going on, and come back next week where we'll talk about at least episodes 1, 2, and 3. I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right. Yeah. All right. That sounds like a deal. Sounds like a date. I'm in. I'm here for it.
Sounds great. Well, friends, Matt, thank you so much for all your help tonight. That was some heavy lifting on your part, and I appreciate it.
I don't mind. It was arm day anyway.
Another thanks to the Wilson family for allowing me in their home to steal their internet.
Such a wonderful home. Thank you, Wilsons.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
You're not leaving. You're going to live there. You'll be there next week.
You betcha. And thank you also to Jonathan Benton again for joining us. Check out other programs on 2MB Studios, not Boy Detective, because they're not on tonight. But what is?
Actually, I think this might be the last show of the night. What's Going On is taking the night off. Tune in later. Maybe there might be a little surprise stream of me playing video games. So I might come back later on tonight and play some video games on the 2MB.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.